Cooper Webb, second place on the night. It's been a very weird beginning of the season, but I know more than anything you would have won a one night, but at the same time, you're solid in this. The points are very interesting between everybody in the top five. I'll be honest, there was so much going on at the beginning of the race. Where were you at the end of about lap one?
I was fourth.
You were fourth.
It was, I was in a good spot right there with Bam and right in the mix, and it was pretty clean for me.
Honestly, your pace has been fantastic the last couple weekends since we left off last time we saw you at Paris. I think you really surprised A1. The result on paper wasn't great last weekend, but your pace in the, I guess what I would call more the true slot mud was actually fantastic before. I don't know if you burnt a clutch or what last weekend, but your pace was good. Your pace was good. A little bit different type of mud tonight, something you had to be a little bit more careful, not slopping around. Actually, walk that through for fans that don't really understand the difference between the two. They're both mud races, but they're both very different.
I said it in the presser. It was last weekend was literally surviving. Like every lap you did, you were like, oh, wow, I made another lap. To where tonight, it was muddy and slippery, but you could race and jump the jumps and, push your motorcycle. You could push your pace. You could push your fitness. So to me, it was like a more traditional mud race where it was nice to not just have raining crap like San Fran. So you got all different types of mud, but I think that's the biggest thing. Tonight, you could actually, a person that's flowing and gelling with the track is going to rise to the occasion, to where I feel like last weekend was honestly just survival, and if you tipped over, you burnt your clutch, or you had your brakes not working, you just were floundering around. So either way, you're floundering around. Tonight, you could actually use your talent.
Before the main, the last time you guys had seen the track during the heat race, it was still a bit on the sloppy side. You really had to tiptoe around. Coming out in the main, were you confident the first couple laps to push, or were you kind of surprised how raceable the track was?
Yeah, I was very surprised how raceable it was, because I felt great in my heat, but it dried out quick. Like the main lines were actually pretty dry, like really gnarly, but dry. So I was actually really surprised. The pace at the beginning was pretty high, but I stayed right in it, and I knew some mistakes were going to be happening, and I felt like I actually got better later in the race, which was great. But yeah, like you said, overall I'm very happy with where I'm at. Bike's in a great spot. I'm in a great spot, and the points tonight were crucial to get back in the mix, and we did that. So I'm overall very happy.
Yeah, so sort of like I said, not the win, but mission accomplished in the sense of a championship fight. I guess you probably have heard this already. You probably feel a little bit, I don't know, coming off the KTM, a little bit more straight air. The Yamaha, you look aggressive. I remember even at A1 on press day watching over the big finish line, the triple. I haven't seen you scrub that hard at all. I haven't seen you that. Coupe 250 days. Like, it's Coupe 250 days.
No, for sure. I think, every bike has their pros and cons, right? And I think for me, since Paris, like you said, we were able to really find some comfort for me and get me really confident again with my speed and scrubbing and just being more racy. I think that's the biggest thing is I feel like even when I watch videos, I'm more racy and can honestly ride the bike to my potential. So, but I think like you're seeing too, obviously with the KTM, they made a lot of changes for this year, and those guys are looking good too. So, but I think for me, this has been a really good fit.
Last one for you, have to ask about towards the end of the race. You were chasing down Aaron. Anything could have happened, but you look like you're well on your way to at least having a true challenge with him at the end. The incident happened with Chase. He moved over for Aaron. He sort of took wide line, but still connected with you guys coming into that triple. We definitely saw the emotion to him. Did you guys say much to each other after the race?
I didn't say much. He was fired up, but I just, I gave him a point, and we're just like, come on, man. But yeah, like you said, it was a weird race, honestly, too, with like how it transpired. Like I said, I got really actually close to AP, and then Eli kind of wicked it up. So that was honestly strange for me.
Eli straight up did the old ride the lapper leader, because I was talking to Jorge. There was kind of a lot of guys that AP used, or that Eli used AP to get around because they thought Eli was battling with him.
So that was a bit weird, and even AP said, he's like, I thought it was coupe, so I picked it up, and it was like, damn it, like. But it was, it's racing, shit happens. But like I said, I think for me, being lapped last weekend, I felt like I was very, very respectful and out of the way. So it was a bit of a bummer to wonder what if, right? Maybe I wouldn't have got him, but it is a what if. Like, man, I was right there, and me and Chase made contact, and we both almost went down, and boom, it's a bummer.
People will probably come up with conclusions because, of course, Chase is Aaron's teammate, but even from your perspective, it wasn't a great choice on Chase's part, but did it feel intentional, or you felt like, okay, it was just a bad choice?
You know what you're doing.
Yep.
I'll put it at that.
Okay. Last one. Actually, one more for you. It was Aaron that won. It doesn't matter. Everybody stops and congratulates him. You two are close, so I know in the moment you had to be heated, but you got to be like, God, it's my boy. It's my boy. I got to congratulate him.
Now that everything's calmed down, it is sick. You know, like, he's one of my best friends in the sport, and like to see him win and know all the stuff that he's gone through. And like I said, we turned pro on the same team together, and I mean, we were in the trenches at times, and so it's honestly really badass, especially after Detroit last year. Like, it's really, really special for him. And we were talking about it like this. I remember I was there the first day he ever rode Supercross in 2012, and it's just crazy to look back when you think of that. Like, man, I remember your first day, and now you're 450 winner.
It's cool to be doing it this many years later together.
Yeah,
not on the same team, but you're still doing it together, man.
Exactly. We're the same age, and like our wives and kids, we're all really good friends. We go on vacations together, so it's almost like the Ricky Bobby. You know, he finally got it, baby.
Finally got it. Well, if anybody else could win a race other than you, I'm sure that's your one, but you'll want it next time.
Yeah. Next time it won't be, we're not going to be so happy for him, we'll put it that way. Cool. Can't let him get used to it.